Before we begin, I just want to take the time to introduce myself. My name is Christina Smith. I'm your International Trip Coordinator at Me2E. My job is to handle all the logistics for Loyola's trip before you go, as well as I'm your main point of contact if you do have any questions before, during, or after the trip. So you'll see my email address and phone number listed. And feel free to contact me at any point via these two methods if you do have anything you want to discuss. I just want to give you a little background about myself. I'm a huge travel enthusiast and I'm so thrilled to share my passion of travel with you. I've had the opportunity, starting when I was 14, to go abroad. I convinced my parents to let me go to Egypt, and since then I've had the chance to live in the Middle East, as well as work for a nonprofit in Tanzania, and see my travels go through Europe and Southeast Asia as well. Before I delve into the details of your trip, I just want to say a huge thank you to you guys. You could be doing anything you wanted to on your break, and you've chosen to go on an adventure with us. I also want to say thanks to parents and teachers for all the support they provided travelers to go to Ecuador. Me2E trips offer a unique experience for all our participants that go. You'll have the chance to work in a Free the Children community in a volunteer capacity, as well as our programming focuses on leadership development, so you'll have the chance to engage in activities and workshops that will develop these skills. Lastly, your trip will give you access to a community of like-minded individuals. So this will be your other travelers, the staff, and community members you will meet in Ecuador. And upon your return home, you'll have a network of people you can draw upon to share your experience with. As mentioned, Me2E and Free the Children have a unique partnership. They're a sister charity, and at the end of every year, we donate half of all our profits back to Free the Children. Ecuador holds a very special place in the heart of Me2E and Free the Children. Our work began there in 2000, and since then we've expanded to be both in Chimborazo and the Amazon region. We employ a holistic and sustainable development model called Adopt a Village, and you'll get to see this model in action during your time with us. Moving on to the logistics of your trip, you'll see the flight information here, and I've also emailed that out to everyone. We do recommend being at the airport 3 hours in advance of the flight, and the details you can work out with your teachers about where to meet and the time that you should be at the airport. So once you do arrive in Ecuador, you will have the ability to email home on your first day there. From then on, parents, you won't be receiving any direct communication from participants. You can anticipate an email update from myself every few days that details what the group is doing, photos that I have from them. In case of an emergency event, we do have a 24-hour emergency phone. The phone number is listed there, and I will email that out to all emergency contacts as well. So please use this phone if you need to get a hold of your traveler, as well as we will use this phone number to contact you in the event that that is necessary. Throughout Loyola's trip in Ecuador, there'll be 2 Me2E facilitators with the group 24/7. So the facilitators will meet you at the airport and be with you throughout the duration of the trip. Our facilitators have a wide variety of backgrounds and collectively have traveled to 70 different countries and speak over 10 different languages. These are the people that are your go-to people on the trip. So if you're not feeling well in the middle of the night, you have any questions, concerns, they're the ones you are welcome to talk to. They'll also be with you throughout the activities and leading all our leadership and education models throughout the day. During your trip, you'll get to meet a variety of staff and community members. This ranges from our expert cooks, our drivers, our wonderful cultural guides, and our build site architects that will be working with you. So when you first land in Quito, you'll be taken to your accommodations for the evening, where you'll get to settle in and get used to your new surroundings. In Quito, you'll get to visit the Equator Museum. So you'll get to stand in both the North and South Hemisphere and do a number of fun science experiments that can only occur at this specific location. As well, you'll go on a historical tour of Quito and find out about the architect and history of the world's highest capital. From Quito, you'll take a bus ride and then a boat ride to the Minga Lodge, which will be your home away from home in the Amazon. Here are some photos of the accommodations that are owned and operated by Me2We. You will be housed in rooms of 2 people that are separated by genders, so females with females and males with males. As well as all your food will be served at this location, and it is done buffet style, so there is a number of different options for you to eat every day. One of the fun activities you'll get to do in the Amazon is to go on a guided hike through the forest. Obviously, this area is beyond majestic, and you'll get to learn about the flora and fauna of this space. As well, your cultural guide will highlight a variety of survival techniques and food items you could use in the Amazon if you were to live there. You will also get the opportunity to explore a local community in the Amazon region. Here you can see photos of what housing looks like and the different lifestyle that occurs from what you experience at home. Your cultural guide will also spend time with you going over traditional hunting techniques that the Amazon indigenous people used. As well, without giving away too much, you'll have the chance to try some special snacks that are indicative of local food. You'll also get to try your hand at chocolate making with us. So your foray into chocolate making will begin with a visit to a local cocoa farm to see the beans in their original state. Working with their chefs, you'll also get to try your chance at combining the cocoa, sugar, and all the different ingredients to make a very delectable and tasty treat for you to have. Another exciting part of your trip is the time you'll spend volunteering in the FTC community. You'll get to do a number of different activities and help with a variety of projects depending on what's needed. This might be helping out with a water project or on a school build site. You can expect to do some shoveling, some pickaxing, some moving of items, and to work really hard and have a really great time. I do want to highlight our safety procedures when we're on the build site. So safety is a top priority for us during your volunteer work. So before you get onto the build site, you will be taking a safety course workshop with us in country. As well as I want to emphasize what you should be wearing on the build site. So please bring with you long pants, t-shirts, hats, sunglasses. You will be outside for the portion of this build site, so it's important to keep you covered up from the sun. As well, in the Amazon, we will provide you with steel toe rain boots up to size men 12. So you are welcome to use those for your build site activities. If those shoes won't fit for you, you will have to bring alternative footwear. Last but not least, throughout your trip, you will be spending time with our facilitators doing leadership activities and action planning. So we don't want the volunteering and positive energy you're experiencing on this trip to end once you go home. So we'll work together to brainstorm ideas on how you can make a positive impact once you get back. I'm sure everyone has lots of questions about what to pack, and I have emailed to you a detailed packing list for your reference. I will highlight some of the most important things that you should be thinking about bringing. First is a volunteer clothing that I've already mentioned, so long pants, t-shirts, as well as I recommend bringing some kind of hiking boot or sturdy running shoe for the other activities you'll be taking part of. Light layers are definitely the best way to go. I know it'll be warm in the Amazon, but layering will really prevent you from getting any kinds of sunburns as well as bug bites. As well as I want to emphasize covering shoulders and having shorts that go to the knee. Lastly, I kind of want to focus on bringing valuables and electronics. We do ask that you leave them at home. Your phone really won't get reception, and we really want everyone to take a break from Facebook, Twitter, and all that while they're in country. You are by all means welcome to bring a camera, and you will have opportunities to charge that. The plugs in Ecuador are the same ones that you use in America, so you can bring the same cords. You're also welcome to bring an iPod with you for your flight down, but once you're in country, we will ask that you put that away and have all your attention focused on the activities that we will be doing. I also want to highlight a few health tips to keep in mind when you're traveling. You can expect that travel bugs might happen, but please wash your hands as often as possible. We want you to drink lots of water on your flight and throughout the trip. Staying hydrated is the best way to make sure that you're feeling really energetic and very healthy. Please pack your prescription medicine in your carry-on luggage as well. Moving on from health tips, I want to emphasize our focus on safety. This is a huge priority for us and something that we are constantly thinking about before you go, during your trip, and after. We do have a risk management team that is working around the clock to make sure everyone has a safe time in Ecuador. Our facilitators are trained in emergency circumstances as well as certified in first aid and CPR. They'll have a handbook with them at all times, a standard operating procedure, as well as access to a satellite phone in case of emergency. As well, I've registered all American citizens with the American Embassy for the travel dates. Participants throughout their time in Ecuador will have access to medical facilities. So this includes both Quito and in the Amazon. These medical facilities are on par with Western standards in the event that any traveler does need to go. Last but not least, I just want to go over our rules and regulations for the trip. Everyone must commit to the following rules, and these will be emphasized right when you get there. So I'm just going to read them out for you so everyone's on the same page. Regardless of age, trip participants may not smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, or use illegal drugs. Participants may not engage in sexual activity with other participants or local people. And most importantly, a respectful attitude and behavior is expected at all times, and this is towards other travelers, community members, and to yourself. I also want to highlight a few policies we have during our trips. The first is our gift giving policies, so we do ask you refrain from giving gifts to our community members. We want to give them a hand up, not a handout, and please see your time and energy coming to Ecuador as gift enough. As well as we have a photo policy. There may be times when your facilitator will ask for you to put away your camera. Don't worry, you're going to have tons of fantastic photos to share with everyone at home. There just may be times that we feel that those cameras should be put away. Lastly, we do have a medication policy, so your facilitators will be going over with you any medication that you have on the ground, as well as holding it for you and ensuring that it is taken on time.
They say that life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. My meet-a-wee trip to Ecuador proved that to be true. Oh, this is hard work. What do you expect me to do with that?
You have to eat it.
Eat it. I saw and experienced things that I would have never found at home, and therefore learned life lessons that I'll keep with me forever. Muy bien. We always think that we have time, but the time for adventure, the time for change, and the time to live your life is now.